Yeah. And we're gonna cut this one in half. Scissors. I'm gonna cut this little strip right here. This is for, we'll call it crawdad, I guess what you call them, or crayfish. We need this little piece. And all we need is these 3 pieces. Then we're going to take this piece and fold it. We're going to fold it in half like that. I had to do a practice run. I made myself look bad in front of Jeff. I was cutting it wrong. Cut it backwards. Anyway, this will just, if you take your time, it'll look a lot more real, and you want to try to get them as real looking as you can. Because again, Kenny, we're trying to outthink them. Come all the way down.
One of them gets cut in half, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All the way down, get to it. Okay, about halfway. Then we want to raise, we're going to raise this up and come under, like that. A couple of times, under it. You know how crayfish has got like...
Segments.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And one at the up in the front is bigger than the other. All right.
So you're gonna go looser up top, tighter at the bottom.
Right.
You gotta wrap your.
We're gonna tie that one. We're gonna come under your gid,
Your hook.
and we're gonna move down a little bit. Like you said.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't have it. I got it. It's in there someplace. But if you got a little head cement, like the glue, go ahead and put a little dab on there.
Fold it
But
in
you
half,
really
right?
don't need it. When you tie that, if you notice, it sort of starts taking the shape. Tuck that in there. You want to pull it and tuck it in there where it's as tight as you can get it. And that way you can line these up. You know what I mean? Okay, and you want to pinch that down, and then come in here and tie that off.
Wrap it a couple times and then move over just an eighth
Okay, we
inch.
tie it off
Another
good.
segment.
And we're gonna.
By the way, this is Robert Hall. He is probably one of the finest fellows you'll ever meet. Patient as all get out, and he can teach. If he can't teach somebody to light a fire with a bow drill, it just ain't happening. Because he will not give up until you're successful.
Medicine using herbs. One is using a poultice. This can be done crushing it with the hands, crushing it in a mortar and pestle, or with teeth. Second is simply a tea. I think we all know how to make tea. Just herb, hot water. Is you take a pot. It's a decoction. This is usually done with harder materials such as stems, roots, or bark. Put them in there. You get some water in there. You let them simmer for a couple hours. Then you drink it. What's in here is what I personally like to do, and it's tinctures. This can be done with, well, infusions. This can be done with oils, with vinegar, with glycerin. These are some of the finished products. These were done with alcohol back up because you don't want those to be out in the sun for too long.
So you just mix in a root or something with alcohol?
But tinctures are quite concentrated medicine, so you only want a few drops at a time. And for that, I recommend one of these little dropper bottles. About halfway with the dried herbs, loosely pack it. Then you'll just take the high-proof spirit, say vodka, and then fill it up to about the top. Seal it. You want to keep it in a cool, dark place for about 3 weeks, shaking it as often as you can, about every day. It's identified by its small orange flowers, and it's like a funnel, and it has a little loop at the end. This one is this one you'll either do a this one you'll want to do a poultice of, and it's good for poison ivy and insect bites and stings.
Put it on for.
Yep, just crush it and then put it on whatever you need. It's obviously it's kind of like a daisy, but it has very thin ray flowers coming off it, and its leaves are alternate on the stem. Let's see where to put it. This one's good for stopping capillary bleeding, and actually, and then put them. But there you are. For diuretic and digestive ailments as well.
Okay.
There's a picture of it.
Is that Paulus, just Paulus only, or do you make tinctures with that here? You make tinctures?
Both. You can make it's actually most used as a tea because according to a few, it's one of the better wild teas that you can have. Oh. There you go.
And you have the lid off. And I overfilled it. There's a fill line in there that tells you how far to get it, but it's just water. And you push down on it. And you can hear it pushing through the filter and coming out.
So it works like a French press?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, cool.
That is the quickest you will ever filter water. These fell on the ground, but they're clean, I promise. And I'll test it first. I'll be the guinea pig. Yeah. Anybody else want to try it?
This works just like obsidian. This is a piece of obsidian. Clear goes right through it. The sun will shine right through it. That's obsidian, and this is another. This is called tiger stripe. And that just picked up different minerals created by lava. This picked up different minerals, probably iron ore. That's what made it the brown color. This is a 3/4 inch copper water cap. And I smashed some lead bullets and stuck down in there in the pocket of the dog. So it's like a hammer. Now, that little piece right there is razor sharp. You could cut your steak with that little piece. And a lot of times the tools they use, they just knock the piece off, and that's what they went. I shot a 3D course in the woods with a Michigan State atlatl champion. And he was throwing atlatls, hitting the 3D targets just like we were doing with bows. Wow. Like there wasn't nothing to it.
Do something 1,000 times and get pretty good at it.
Yeah. My favorite.